What is going on, guys? It is me, Nicholson. I'm back again with another video. You know what I'm saying? It's a solo one today. I appreciate all the support on the last one with me and Jav. You know what I'm saying? That video is going crazy right now. Make sure you guys check it out. I'm gonna link it on the top right or left corner of I don't know which one it is still. Don't send for me, but I'm gonna link it at the top. Make sure you guys check it out. Really appreciate the support. Why are fat people considered so unattractive? And I made a similar video before saying women do not like fat guys, and I talked about my experience, and I had kind of mixed reviews in that video because some people were like, yes, this is definitely true, you know what I mean, and then some people are also like, guys don't like fat women as well, and this is true, you know what I mean, like. And today we're gonna dive into why are fat people looked at as subhumans, if that makes sense. Like, they're looked at and treated so badly. I used to be a fat person myself, so I can attest to how badly and how unfairly, I'd say, I got treated. It was that over the top personality. You know, I'm trying too hard. You know, it was just to make up for the fact that I was fat, right? But anyways, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's get straight into the video. I think the biggest reason why fat people get mistreated and fat people are looked at as severely unattractive is because of what being fat represents. Looks are subjective. You know what I mean? I've said this before in the past. Looks are very, very subjective. However, people are always gonna use their perception first. They don't know your personality, right? If I'm fat, you don't know my personality. I could be the nicest guy in the world. We could be the best of friends, but you perceive that I'm a lazy person. You perceive that I stink. You perceive that I'm not ambitious. You perceive all of these things, which is what makes people look at fat people as, oh, they're unattractive. But then you find that often in most cases, right? You'll always see, some fat people have very, societally attractive people as partners, right? This is because once you get above the surface, once you get to know the person inherently, and you're like, wow, this person is actually interesting. This person is actually quite like me. They're very similar to me, right? As opposed to, off first impression, you perceived, again, perception, you perceived this person's just fat, right? This is not my kind of person. But then when you get to know them, oh, damn, this person's cool. And this is something I had to come to terms with, because I used to just think at first, obviously, because I went from being fat to being, in very good shape, and, got treated severely differently because, again, perception, right? When you're in shape, you're perceived more like you're confident, you're ambitious, especially if you've got muscles, you're somebody who can withstand adversity, you know what I mean? You push yourself, you uplift others. Like, there's so many things that you get, these are, whether it's for better or worse, these are all things that you get perceived on, and I understood, or I had to come to terms with the fact that, damn, so it's not that people are vain or shallow, it's just the human conditioning, right? You perceive things as you see. Like, if you see a lion in the street, are you going to think, that lion's not going to eat me? Or are you going to perceive, okay, cool, I don't know what the lion's going to do. I don't know its intentions. Like, well, I've got to get my guard up. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. That's just how we are as humans. You perceive before you understand, right? But then when you get to reflect and understand and say, you know what? This person ain't that bad. You know what I mean? And then also, I think another thing is the health aspect. You know what I mean? I posted a similar video on my TikTok earlier, saying basically the same question: why are fat people treated badly? And somebody commented, and this comment is getting a lot of likes, which means a lot of people agree with it. Somebody said, being fat is unhealthy. Being healthy is an attractive quality. Therefore, being fat is unattractive just simply because you're unhealthy. And that is a fair point. You know what I mean? A lot of people look at it from the perspective of, hey, look, this person might be I have a great personality, you might be a great person, I might like you, but health-wise, I know you're not the healthiest person, you haven't got the healthiest habits, I don't want to lose you too early, you know what I mean? People are already thinking these things, you know what I mean? But then, funnily enough, when you ask women and you show them side-to-side comparisons, for example, of a fat person, or should we say like a dad bod, or somebody who's a bit fluffy, right? Kind of how I'm looking right now, because, we've been bulking, from saying, watch the card. The card's going to come soon, though. But somebody who's like, not ripped up, somebody who they look like, they're in good shape, but, they're not really ripped up. They look kind of fluffy. As opposed to somebody who's ripped. Women always seemingly choose the dad bod, right? Or the guy who's kind of fluffy, right? However, when you come into reality and, like, I've been out in a lot of places where I don't really go out too much anymore, but like, I've been out in a lot of places where you can literally see women sexually undressing guys that are ripped up, guys that are in mad shape, they got veins, they got the chiseled jawlines. You can see the person that they didn't pick, right? One thing is that a lot of women, even a lot of guys, to be fair, they'll say one thing, but then they react and completely act differently. You know what I mean? So I think, sometimes as well, yeah, taking it from the aspect of, again, linking it back to the first point about perception, right? A lot of the times the perceptions are true. That's the bad thing, right? A lot of the time the perceptions are true. Like, people just think, oh, for you to be fat, there is no way you were born fat, right? It's lifestyle choice. It's diet choice. It's all these things. Like, people are perceiving, So I just think, anyway, what I've learned anyways from overcoming, being fat and, getting into shape is, it's all about how you feel about yourself, man. You know what I mean? Don't get twisted. I want every single person to be in the best shape possible so that they can live for as long as possible. But when it comes to a self-worth perspective, do not let the fact that you're fat make you have low self-esteem, because it doesn't make you any less of a person. It just makes you unhealthy, and you might be more likely to die earlier because you're unhealthy. But it doesn't make you any less of a person. Don't let anybody mistreat you because you're fat. Don't let anybody use you or try to play, like, you know what the craziest thing is, yeah? Whenever I used to be going to get into arguments, people would always say, oh, you fat piece of shit, or you fat this, or you fat that, right? That's always the first card they go to. You fat this, you fat that, you fat this, you fat that. Because it's a diss, right? They're always sending insecurity, they're playing on your insecurity. But do not let anybody do that shit to you. Don't let anybody do that shit to you, right? Look, you can be working on yourself and, be wanting to get better and healthier. You know what I'm saying? We're all trying to get better and healthier, but don't let anybody make you feel like any less of a person, or like a subhuman, you know what I mean? Just because you're fat. You know what I mean? Being fat, it may be something you can change, but listen, it should be something you want to change for you, not because you want other people to like you. You know what I mean? If people don't like you because, oh, you're fat, you don't need them anyway, right? You want people that like you for the person you are, not for your outward appearance. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. Untamed Pop is coming very soon with Jav. You know what I'm saying? We do it very consistently. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that. Anyways, let me know what else you want me to touch on. You know what I mean? Next video is gonna be a big one as well. So I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace.